Okay, here I am sitting in front of the old high school, which is probably about 60 years old right now. No, closer to 70, because it was about 3 or 4 years old when I went. So it is well kept up. And we're going to follow the route that I used to walk from grade school out to my home south of Chinook. Right now, we're at the high school. As I said, the grade school was just that way, where you see all the vehicles parked. That was the grade school. Now it's a parking lot for the courthouse. Okay, I don't have anything else right here.
What did you study?
Huh?
What did you study?
Oh, man. Anything that came along that didn't look like it was going to be too hard.
Oh, got it.
Okay, I took biology, I took English, two courses in English, took shorthand, typing, Latin. Oh, let's see what else. I mentioned biology. Algebra.
Who were some of your teachers? Do you remember?
Okay. Some of the teachers were Miss Manwilder, Mrs. Prates, Clarence Doby. He was the Latin teacher who knew slightly more about Latin than one other guy in my class than I did. If he had trouble translating something, he'd come to us and we'd tell him what was what. And this is the well, that's enough of that part of it anyhow, because that could get really long-winded. We aren't interested in that.
Who was the other kid in the class?
Oh, man. Okay, the other Latin expert was named Burton Bush. He was a year ahead of me in graduating. In the classes, there were, let's see, take Latin for instance. There was Burton and I, Beverly Prates, June Harbolt. Let's see, I don't remember. I think Dwayne Severson was in that class. And I don't remember any other ones. It wasn't a large class. It was probably 12 or 15, because that was the only foreign language class that was offered, and they kind of scraped the bottom to find somebody to fill it and somebody to teach it, because somehow Latin and Chinook are not compatible. Now I wish I had had an opportunity to study German or Spanish or something else in addition to Latin. I've never regretted the Latin, because that has stood me in real good stead all the while. And I would highly recommend it for anybody looking for something to learn. And by the way, there's a bumblebee. He can just stay over there.
Yep, I think he can.
Yeah.
Okay. How many kids were in a typical class here?
Well, there were 52 in my graduating class, and that encompassed the area, all the ranches around Zurich and Lohman. Anybody out in that area came here, because this was the high school for the county.
Ah, okay. And what time did school start?
School started at 8:45. We get off at 10 to 12 for lunch and had to be back here by 1. We were out at 3:20.
Okay.
And a typical day was go to your first room class. I don't remember what my first one was. My second one was a study hall, so I used that one to catch up on everything I should have done the night before, but didn't. Too much fun otherwise. Okay. there were 3 classes in the, well, it varied. Either there were 3 or 4 in the morning, depending on which classes you took. And then there were 3 in the afternoon. We had 7 classes in a day. Biology was always in the afternoon. Home ec was in the afternoon. And I normally had one study hall in there, depending on the year, whether or not it was first, second, or third hour in the afternoon. And I always had a morning one, for which I was very thankful. And I see a grinning prompter here.
And so for your school, did you do all your schooling in Chinook?
I did.
Okay, I hadn't realized that. I didn't know you started from the very beginning till
Right.
all the way through.
My first grade was Ellen Prates was my teacher. Well, she would have been my teacher. First off, let's clarify, Ellen Prates was a cousin of my dad.
Oh.
So her daughter Beverly and I were almost cousins. We termed each other almost cousins. When Dad brought me in to register me for school, he asked if I could go to Ellen's class. And she said, no, she's too S-M-A-R-T for me, for my class. And afterwards I asked Dad, why did she think I was too smart? So anyhow, I got in Miss Manwilder's class. And she was a good teacher. She was scrawny and had dyed red hair, but she was nice. She didn't put up with any shenanigans. And one of my first memories of, well, I don't know what you'd call it exactly. We always had Christmas programs, and they were always in, I don't know how. They were open, and I mean everybody came. Well, this one night when we had the Christmas program, Dad brought me in, but he kind of decided that playing cards with his buddy was more fun than sitting and watching me make a fool of myself. This was my first grade class, first grade Christmas program. So he proceeded to forget about me, and about probably an hour after the program was over with, and he should have been there, you know, by that time, finally Miss Manwilder called the principal, and he took me home. I don't know what my dad thought when he got here and found out I wasn't here. I never heard that part of it. But anyhow, Mom was not real pleased with him, I'm sure. I don't know what happened there, but I'm sure it was interesting.
So she stayed home?
She stayed home because John was little at that time. And besides that, she probably didn't have the clothing to wear, you know, that she'd want to wear. And besides that, if she had come along, Dad would have been duty-bound to stay, and of course that was not in his agenda.